My name is Alan Jeffries. I'm Head of Equipment and Uniform here at the National Army Museum. In the summer of 2025, we have a new exhibition called Myth and Reality, Military Art in the Age of Queen Victoria, where we'll be showcasing some of the marvellous art in the museum's collection. Amongst the works of art being displayed in the exhibition, they include two portraits, one of Field Marshal Lord Freddy Roberts, VC, and his son, Lieutenant the Honourable Frederick Shurston Roberts. So Lord Roberts and his son are only one of three pairs of fathers and sons who've been awarded the Victoria Cross. So alongside with the portraits, their Victoria Cross medal groups will also be displayed for the first time together for many years. You may not have heard of Lord Roberts, but in his day he was one of the most famous senior officers of the Victorian Army. He was born in India. His father was Lieutenant General Sir Abraham Roberts. Lord Roberts followed his father, joining the Indian Army in 1852. During the rebellion of 1857-58, Lord Roberts was awarded the Victoria Cross for an action where he captured or recaptured a standard from two Indian sepoys and then rescued an Indian Soa. A Soa is an Indian cavalryman. Lord Roberts went on to command British and Indian troops in the Second Afghan War, and he led the legendary 320-mile trek from Kabul to Kandahar on his horse. You can see here, Volanau. And then he continued his career in the Indian Army, becoming Commander-in-Chief of India in 1885. Here is the medal group of Field Marshal Lord Roberts, VC. And you can see at the beginning of the group is his Victoria Cross, first in order of precedence, followed by the Royal Medals, Coronation Medals, Jubilee Medals, and then the Campaign Medals. In 1902, the order of precedence for medals was standardised, but interestingly, Lord Roberts continues with his Royal Medals first rather than his Campaign Medals. And these are the Victoria Cross and Medal Group awarded to Lieutenant Frederick Roberts, also known as Freddy Roberts. And you can see from his medal group that he served in the Northwest Frontier, Sudan, and the South African War. And it was during the South African War at the Battle of Colenso that he was awarded the Victoria Cross for saving a battery of guns. Lord Roberts received the news of his son's death just after he'd been appointed Supreme Commander in South Africa. Despite the profound loss of his only son, he remained committed to his role. This Victoria Cross of Freddy Roberts is particularly significant as it was the first posthumous award of the Victoria Cross. So Lord Roberts, after the South African War, became Commander-in-Chief of the British Army until 1904 when he retired. But he continued his involvement with the British and Indian armies right up until the First World War. In 1914, he inspected Indian troops in France and sadly died of pneumonia in November. He was buried in St Paul's Cathedral in a full state funeral. He was only one of two non-royals to have a full state funeral, the other being Winston Churchill in 1965. So the legacy of Lord Roberts and his son is very important, both for their Victoria Cross actions, but military history generally. And their stories will be told in the forthcoming exhibition, Myth and Reality, this summer.